The greatest trick the system ever played on you was convincing you that wealth is difficult. They want you to believe it is calculus, complex, mystical, reserved for the geniuses, the lucky or the chosen. It is not. It is arithmetic. It is brutally offensively simple. The reason you are not rich is not because you lack the intelligence. It is not because the economy is broken. It is because you are operating under a moral code that was designed to keep you poor. You are playing a game of checkers while the wealthy are playing war. Machiavelli, the man who wrote the instruction manual for power, understood this 500 years ago. He looked at the world and saw a simple truth. The universe does not reward the good, it rewards the effective. You are struggling because you are trying to be a good employee, a good saver, a good citizen. You are waiting for the world to hand you a gold star for your suffering. But the world does not care about your suffering. It respects only one thing: leverage. I am going to show you the operating system of the wealthy. It is not polite, it is not fair, but it works. If you are easily offended, click away. Go back to the comfort of the lie. But if you want to know why the money always seems to flow away from you and toward them, stay. We are going to dismantle the illusion. By the end of this, you will possess the psychological keys to unlock the resource that controls the planet. You will understand how to position yourself so that money flows to you as a natural consequence of your existence, not as a reward for your exhaustion. But to get there, you have to be willing to murder the version of yourself that seeks approval. Machiavelli said, "It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver." The system has deceived you. Today we turn the tables. But first we must destroy the foundation of your poverty. Law 1. The economy of pain. Stop trying to follow your passion. Passion is a hobby. Passion is for the weekends. If you want wealth, you must follow the pain. Machiavelli knew that a prince does not secure power by doing what he loves. He secures power by solving the chaos that terrifies his subjects. Money is nothing more than a certificate of solved problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the check. The more painful the problem, the more desperate the buyer. Look at your current life. You are likely paid for your time. You clock in. You perform a task. You clock out. This is the behavior of a peasant in the Machiavellian court. You are trading your finite life force for a fixed rate. It is a losing trade. The wealthy do not trade time, they trade solutions to pain. Think about it. Why does a heart surgeon make more than a cleaner? Because the pain of a dirty floor is an annoyance. The pain of a stopped heart is death. If you are broke, it is because the problems you solve are too small, too easy, or too common. You are solving problems that anyone can solve. Therefore, you are replaceable. And if you are replaceable, you have no leverage. Machiavelli advised, make yourself necessary to someone. Do not make them love you. Make them need you. Love is fickle. Need is binding. If your boss loves you, he can still fire you when the budget gets tight. If your boss needs you because you hold the keys to the clients, the code, or the revenue, he cannot touch you. In fact, he must pay you whatever you ask. Ask yourself right now, what pain do I alleviate? If the answer is, I answer emails or I drive a truck, you are in danger. You are competing with millions of others and soon machines. You must find a pain that is expensive, urgent, and specific. Then you must position yourself as the only aspirant in the pharmacy. This is simple. Identify where people are bleeding financially, emotionally, physically. Stand there. Offer the tourniquet. Do not ask for money. Charge for the relief. Getting rich is simple when you realize you are not selling a product. You are selling the removal of suffering. Law 2. The fox and the trap. Strategic cunning. Most of you were raised on the donkey doctrine. Work hard. Keep your head down. Carry the load. Eventually, the farmer will reward you. Machiavelli laughs at this. He wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. The donkey works hard until it dies. The fox observes the system and finds the shortcut. The trap you are in is the belief that effort equals wealth. It does not. If effort equaled wealth, the construction worker sweating in the sun would be a billionaire and the guy in the suit moving capital on a laptop would be broke. Reality shows us the opposite. Why? Because the market does not pay for effort, it pays for impact. The donkey uses brute force. The fox uses leverage. Leverage is the art of getting more output for every unit of input. It is the secret mechanism of the rich. There are 3 forms of Machiavellian leverage you must master. First, labor leverage. This is having other people work for you. The donkey carries the stone. The fox hires 10 donkeys and takes a percentage of every stone moved. Second, capital leverage. This is making money work for you. The donkey saves coins in a jar. The fox borrows the donkey's savings from the bank to buy the farm the donkey works on. Third, and most important for you right now, code and media leverage. This is the new frontier. This script I am writing, it is being written once, but it will be watched by thousands, maybe millions. The work is done once. The payment is perpetual. That is the fox. If you are working a job where you must be present to get paid, you are in a trap. You have zero leverage. Getting rich becomes simple when you stop asking how can I work harder and start asking how can I detach my income from my presence. You need to build a machine. A business is a machine. An investment portfolio is a machine. An online platform is a machine. A piece of software is a machine. The wealthy spend their early years building the machine so they can spend their later years oiling it. The poor spend their entire lives being the machine. Which one are you? Law 3. Perception is reality. Here is a brutal truth that will hurt your feelings. You are not paid what you are worth. You are paid what people think you are worth. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." In the game of wealth, optics are not a vanity metric. They are a utility metric. If you look cheap, you will be beaten down on price. If you look desperate, you will be exploited. If you look uncertain, people will not invest in you. Take 2 consultants. Consultant A is a genius, but he shows up in a wrinkled shirt, speaks timidly, and replies to emails instantly because he is desperate for the work. Consultant B is average, but he has an impeccable website. He speaks with slow authority. He is hard to get a hold of and he charges 10 times more. Who gets the contract? Consultant B every time. Why? Because the client assumes that expensive equals good. They assume that hard to access equals in demand. You are likely underpricing yourself because you are judging your value based on your internal struggle. You know how hard it was for you to learn the skill, or maybe how easy it feels to you now. So you charge based on your effort. Stop that. Price is a signal. When you raise your prices, you do not just make more money. You attract a better class of client. You signal to the market that you are a premium asset. Machiavelli advised princes to maintain an aura of majesty, to never let the public see them stumble or beg. Apply this. Never complain about money publicly. Never look like you need the deal. The strongest negotiation position is being able to walk away and mean it. Humans are hierarchical animals. We are wired to follow the high-status individual. If you project high status through your discipline, your dress, your articulation, your boundaries, people will instinctively want to give you their resources. They want to align with power. If you project weakness, they will instinctively want to take from you. Audit your appearance. Not just your clothes, but your digital footprint, your speech patterns, your availability. Are you signaling, "I am a commodity"? Or are you signaling, "I am the prize, wealth flows to the prize"? Law 4. The ruthlessness of removal. You think you need more to get rich, more ideas, more contacts, more hours in the day. Machiavelli would tell you that you need less. A prince cannot rule if his court is filled with parasites, jesters and traitors. He must purge them. Your life is likely cluttered with poverty-inducing variables. First, the people. I will not give you the cliché. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around. I will go darker. You are the victim of the tolerance you permit. If you tolerate friends who complain about the economy, you will absorb their victimhood. If you tolerate partners who crave safety over freedom, they will anchor you to the ground. Machiavelli was ruthless about cutting off those who did not serve the stability of the state. You must be ruthless about cutting off those who do not serve the stability of your future. This is not about being mean, it's about quarantine. Mindsets are contagious. Poverty is a virus. It spreads through language. I cannot afford it. Through habits, spending weekends escaping reality instead of building it, and through fear. If you are the smartest person in your room, you are in the wrong room. You are stagnating. Second, remove the noise. You consume hours of content that makes you angry, envious, or distracted. This is mental poison. The wealthy consume information that gives them an edge. The poor consume information that gives them an escape. Every time you scroll, you are making someone else rich. You are the product. Your attention is the resource they are mining. Machiavelli would look at a man scrolling for 3 hours and see a slave who loves his chains. Reclaim your attention. It is the raw material of your wealth. If you cannot focus for 4 hours on a single task, building your business, learning a high-income skill, you will never be rich. Focus is the new IQ. In a world of dopamine addicts, the man who can sit in a chair and work on one thing until it is finished is a god. Getting rich is simple. Remove everything that is not boosting the asset. Friends, habits, apps, thoughts. If it does not pay rent, evict it. Law 5. The immoral shift. This is where we leave the comfortable advice behind. You have been taught that money is the root of all evil, that rich people are greedy, that there is a nobility in poverty. Machiavelli taught that a prince must learn how not to be good. This does not mean being evil, it means being effective. The world is not a fairy tale. It is a competition for limited resources. If you feel guilty about taking, you will repel it. You must shift your relationship with transaction. When you sell something valuable, you are not taking money, you are exchanging value. But here is the darker truth. The market does not care about your intentions, it cares about your results. You must be willing to be aggressive. You must be willing to compete. If you open a business, you are trying to take market share from someone else. You are trying to put food on your table, which might mean taking it off theirs. This is the nature of the game. If you are too nice to close the sale, someone else will. If you are too polite to negotiate for a higher salary, the company will keep the difference. Your niceness is essentially you donating money to people who do not care about you. Machiavelli argues that it is better to be feared than loved. In business, this means it is better to be respected for your competence and your boundaries than to be liked for your compliance. Stop trying to be the nice guy. The nice guy finishes last because he puts everyone else's needs before his own. The wealthy put their mission first. They are not necessarily cruel, but they are indifferent to the opinions of those who do not matter. They handle conflict. They fire incompetent people. They enforce contracts. They say no without apologizing. To get rich, you must develop a thicker skin. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be called greedy or obsessed by people who are broke. Wear their judgment like a badge of honor. It means you are winning. If you are still here, it means you survived the first cut. Most people did not. They clicked away when I told them their poverty was a choice of tolerance. They clicked away when I told them that niceness is a weakness in the accumulation of power. Good, we do not need them. Wealth is exclusive by definition. If everyone had it, it would be worth nothing. Now that we have cleared the room, let us go deeper into the machinery of wealth. We have discussed the mindset. Now we must discuss the mechanics of capture. Because making money is useless if you do not know how to keep it, multiply it, and use it to buy your freedom. Law 6, the fortress of retention. Machiavelli spent as much time writing about keeping power as he did about getting it. He knew that men are quick to change their nature when their interests change. The world wants to take your money back. The government wants it in taxes. The corporations want it in consumerism. Inflation wants it in devaluation. Friends and family want it in favors. If you make $1 million and spend $1 million, you are not rich. You are just a highly paid conduit. You are a pipe that the money flowed through. Wealth is what stays in the reservoir. The system is designed to make you a consumer. Every ad, every algorithm, every social pressure is engineered to make you part with your capital. Treat yourself, you deserve it. Upgrade your lifestyle. This is propaganda. The wealthy do not upgrade until the asset pays for it. Here is the rule. You never buy luxuries with your labor. You buy luxuries with the interest from your assets. If you work for the money to buy the car, you are a slave to the car. You have to keep working to maintain it. But if you use your labor to buy an asset, a rental property, a dividend stock, a business, and that asset pays for the car, you are free. The asset is the slave. The asset is doing the work. Machiavelli would tell you to build a fortress. Legally, this means understanding tax structures. It means using corporations to protect your liability. Socially, it means practicing stealth wealth. Real power is silent. The loudest man in the room is usually the one with the most debt. He is flashing his feathers to prove he can fly. The eagle soars silently. When you start making money, shut your mouth. Do not buy the flashy watch to impress people you hate. Buy the freedom to wake up at noon on a Tuesday if you want to. That is the ultimate flex. Protection is part of the game. If you are not paranoid about losing what you have built, you will lose it. Machiavelli warned a prince must always be prepared for war, especially in times of peace. When the money is flowing, that is when you must dig the moat. Law 7, the weaponization of time. Let us return to the concept of leverage, but applied to your lifespan. You are dying. I do not say that to depress you. I say it to wake you up. Every second that ticks by is a second you never get back. The poor sell their time. The rich buy time. This is the fundamental divide. When you clean your own house, you are saying that your time is worth the $20 an hour it would cost to hire a cleaner. When you wait in line to save $5, you are valuing your life at pennies. Machiavelli knew that a ruler cannot do everything. He must delegate. You must become obsessed with your effective hourly rate. If you want to be a millionaire, your time needs to be worth $500 an hour. If you are doing a task that can be done for $20, you are losing $480 every hour. You are literally burning money by doing busy work. This is why getting rich is simple. You simply stop doing low-value activities. You outsource. You automate. You eliminate. But I cannot afford to hire help. You cannot afford not to. This is the leap of faith. You hire the help so you have the time to build the skills that pay $500 an hour. You must be arrogant with your time, guarded like a dragon guards its gold. Do not let people pick your brain. Do not go to meetings that could be emails. Do not attend social events out of obligation. Machiavelli said it is necessary to be a great simulator and dissimulator. Learn to say no gracefully. Learn to be unavailable. The more scarce your time is, the more valuable it becomes. When you detach your income from your time, law 2, and then you protect your remaining time, law 7, you achieve the holy grail, autonomy. You wake up. You decide what to do, you do it. That is wealth. Everything else is just shiny handcuffs. Law 8, the unfair advantage. Asymmetry. The world tells you to play fair. Machiavelli tells you to win. In finance, this is called asymmetry. You want bets where the downside is limited, but the upside is infinite. Working a job has capped upside. You will never make 1,000 times your salary next month, but the downside is total. You get fired. That is bad asymmetry. Starting a business or creating content or investing in a risky but promising asset, the downside is you lose some time or money. The upside, you could change your life forever. You need to hunt for unfair advantages. What do you know that others do not? Who do you know that others do not? What are you willing to do that others are not? Maybe your unfair advantage is your location. Maybe it is your ability to speak a second language. Maybe it is your obsession with a niche topic. Lean into it. Do not try to be well-rounded. Well-rounded people make good employees. Spiky people make history. Find your spike. Sharpen it until it is lethal. If you are good at writing, write until you are the best. If you are good at sales, sell until you own the company. Specialization is how you monopolize value. Machiavelli advised focusing force on the enemy's weakest point. Find the weak point in the market. The thing everyone is ignoring, the thing everyone is doing badly, and attack it with your unfair advantage. Do not compete, dominate. Law 9, the end of hope. This is the final and most brutal law. Hope is a strategy for fools. I hope I get a raise, I hope the economy improves. I hope I get lucky. Machiavelli despised those who relied on fortune or luck. He admired ability, boldness. He famously wrote that fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under it is necessary to beat and ill-use her. Now strip away the archaic phrasing and look at the metaphysical truth. You cannot wait for luck to come to you. You must drag it into existence. You must kill the part of you that is waiting to be saved. No one is coming. There is no government bailout for your life. There is no rich uncle. There is no winning lottery ticket. There is only you and the cold, hard reality of the market. This realization terrifies the weak, but it liberates the strong. If it is up to you, then you have control. Stop hoping. Start planning. A plan is not a dream. A plan is a sequence of actions. Acquire a high-value skill. Apply that skill to solve a painful problem. Charge for it. Use the money to buy assets. Repeat until free. It is boring. It is repetitive. It is simple. The only variable is your discipline. Are you willing to do the boring work when you do not feel like it? Are you willing to study when others are partying? Are you willing to risk looking stupid? If the answer is yes, wealth is inevitable. It is not a possibility. It is a mathematical certainty. It is just a matter of time. So why is getting rich simpler than you think? Because you have been overcomplicating it with emotion. You have injected fear, guilt, pride, and expectation into a simple equation of value exchange. Remove the emotion. Look at the board. The rules are there. Identify pain. Provide a solution. Leverage systems. Protect the capital. Buy your time back. That is it. The difficult part is not the how. The difficult part is the who. Who must you become to execute this? You must become the outlier. You must become the person who is comfortable in the cold. The person who does not need the herd's approval. The person who sees the world not as it should be but as it is. Machiavelli did not write his work to be popular. He wrote it to tell the truth. And the truth is you have the power to change your reality, but only if you drop the victim script. You are the architect. The blueprints are in your hands. The question is, will you build? But be warned, once you start this path you cannot go back. Once you see the strings, you can no longer be a puppet. You will find it hard to relate to your old friends. You will find it hard to complain. You will find it hard to tolerate mediocrity. Wealth isolates before it liberates. Are you ready for that silence? Most people are not. They would rather be poor and understood than rich and alone. But you are still here, which means you suspect deep down that you were built for the storm. If this opened your eyes, understand this is only what I can show publicly. There are aspects I cannot upload for everyone. There are aspects of dark psychology that I simply cannot discuss publicly without being censored or demonetized. The algorithm suppresses the most powerful information. Those exist behind a private space. If you are still here, you are not like the others. But if you want what is hidden, Step into the architect level. You will unlock exclusive, uncensored material that dives into the deepest parts of the human psyche. Most will not. That is the point.